Who's come knights, come mates, come lords.
Go, go.
You're frightening me, kiddies.
Bushel of grapes is more a burden than that steel of yours.
I think I'm coming down with a fever.
You smell that? Those. Why do you stick around here like a pitchfork in a
What's
dung
going on there?
Why do you stick around here like a pitchfork in a dung pile?
You're not to go anywhere.
Halt! No passage. Sir Roderick does not wish to see any guests.
Do what they summoned you to do, then pack up and go back.
A witcher? We could use one around here. Full time.
Where are you rushing to?
That's it, Roach. Hey-ya!
run, Roach. Go, go.
Regis's raven wasn't lying. Spoons all over the place. Spoon. Pretty ordinary. Maybe a little old. Actually does seem like a white's lair. Bit atypical, but still. Cauldron should be somewhere around here. Another spoon. Yep, just as normal as the last one. White's obsessed. Real collector. Thoroughbred. Cauldron I was looking for. White's not particularly tidy. Table set. White who lives here is getting ready for some sort of feast. White that lives here, definitely afflicted by a curse, and it's been trying desperately to lift it. Cauldron's empty, unfortunately. We just need some brew. I'm afraid he won't get that. No choice but to hide and wait for the saliva glands and their bearer. Need a spot that'll let me observe the cauldron.
Not gonna hurt you. Wanna help? I've seen the words of the curse on the walls. Think I know how to lift it. Tried to bring folk here, convince them to sit at the table with you, right? Well, I'm gonna be your guest now. Your willing guest. Just need a bit for Regis. And now we'll tend to you.
get this right. Words of the curse were, "None shall sit and dine with you at your table. No spoon you have shall say to you, never again shall you wish to spy your reflection in the mirror." Been searching for the right spoon for years, right? The curses can be tricky. Key to this one just might be that you can't eat with your own spoon. That's why we've swapped. This isn't right. I missed something? Listen, gonna stand up real slow. Gotta search the house again. Sit tight, I'll be right back. Calm down. Cauldron's empty, unfortunately. We just need some brew. Afraid he won't get that. No choice but to hide and wait for the saliva glands and their bearer. Need a spot that'll let me observe the cauldron. We can't use spoons. No, that won't work. You've been looking for a spoon that would feed you, but there's no such spoon. We need to eat without spoons. Open your eyes. You need to see your likeness. Think it worked. Just not quite like I expected. Need to see what happened to the white. Won't be hard to find given its stench. Come on. Easy. Not gonna hurt you.
Eat. I must eat.
I'll take you someplace safe. So I took her by the hand and led her here. Seemed the only sensible place for her.
You did the right thing, sir. She should recover quickly here. I'm deeply pleased, finally, to make your acquaintance, sir, though I do regret the specific circumstances. In all the commotion, I fear I neglected to introduce myself. I'm Barnabas.
Nice to meet you, Barnabas Basil. Love to talk more, but got urgent matters to attend to. While I'm gone, please make sure...
Don't worry, sir. I shall see to everything. She is safe here and in good...
Might actually take a while. She hadn't eaten anything in over 100 years when I found her.
Horrid. Whatever brought this about?
Told me her story on the way here. Her name's Marlena. She was once the very beautiful and proud heiress to the Trastamara estate. One evening, when she was holding a banquet for friends, a beggar came to her gate seeking alms. He had a bowl and a spoon with him. He sat outside her fence and waited.
I've heard of the custom. An ancient rite of hospitality that obliges one to give food and drink to such a guest lest he depart hungry. To neglect the custom is to bring great misfortune down upon oneself.
Marlena didn't care a whit for the old customs. She drove the man off, saying she'd rather feed the leftovers from her feast to her dogs than to give the beggar anything. The beggar then broke his spoon, cast a curse. She was beautiful, so he said she'd never wish to look at herself in the mirror again. Since she adored feasts, he swore no one would ever wish to sit and dine with her. And as she even refused him the crumbs from her table, he swore she'd never find a spoon in the world that would sate her hunger.
A harsh punishment. I imagine lifting the curse was hardly simple.
Curses are tricky. They play. Marlena had spent decades looking for a way to lift it. Transformed into a wight, she stole spoons and lured folk into her home, trying each time to get them to dine with her.
So what did?
Someone had to sit down and share a meal with her, of their own free will. They had to eat without using spoons, and make her look at her reflection.
That's it? That was all it required?
Simplest solutions are sometimes the last that come to mind. Besides, when you're a wight, it's pretty damn hard to find willing human company for a feast.
I imagine so. But...
Vineyard comes across as a place with...
Baron Rossel, who went bankrupt, forcing him to sell the estate to the Duchess. The Baron, in turn, had purchased it from Monsieur Bolius of the Headsman.
He was actually a headsman?
No, not him, but his great-great-great-great-grandfather. Indeed. Apparently, he was a common cutpurse who somehow secured for himself the post of ducal headsman in Beauclerc. He never hesitated, not once. Never sliced unevenly, never botched a job. For his exemplary service. Monsieur Bolius, on the other hand, was an engineer in his younger years. Once retired, he settled here and, sadly, misfortune struck and he lost his sense first of smell, then of taste. Additionally...
Shame that. He gave up making...
Not at all. He made even more of it. Began throwing wild balls to which he'd invite friends from far and wide in order to treat them to his...
Mine.
Not in the least. Follow me, please. Behold, sir, your estate in all its splendor.
Pretty vast.
Indeed. And now, sir, allow me to show you a handful of
Been a major domo all your life?
Yes, I come from a long line of major domos. My father was a major domo, as was my grandfather before him, as was my great-aunt. In fact, she was the one to start the tradition.
Great-aunt?
A hard woman. It is said that already as a child, she knew where she was going, and went there. When she arrived in Beauclerc, she signed on as a chambermaid at one of the vineyards, then slowly worked her way up to major domo. She dragged the rest of the family up the same path. The servants' quarters. I occupy the green home. With the Duchess's permission, I have hired a full staff. Their salaries to be paid from the ducal treasury.
Nice of her.
Not the most sightly part of the estate, I admit. But I think it's worthwhile for you as master of the domain to know where the help stays. Baron Rossel ordered the vines in this part of the estate uprooted and olive groves planted in their place. They look beautiful, especially come spring.
Don't look at all bad now, either.
Down below lies your vineyard, where we grow a strain of Carfanere, one of the world's oldest. Aged in oak barrels. It provides for an exquisite wine with distinct blackberry, wild cherry, plum, and cinnamon notes.
Have to try it one of these days.
Don't diddly! My Camilek egg something fierce.
Youth at Fetcher.
Nice well. Picturesque.
Yes, though it ran dry long ago. During the raucous feasts Master Bolius held, he would order it filled with wine. There's a tale about a guest attending a Bolius ball for the first time and thus unaware of the custom. He had suffered great heartbreak and had decided to end his life by jumping into the well. The festivities were coming to a close, and the well was nearly empty when the suicidal guest finally jumped. Instead of killing himself, he merely broke his legs. To numb the pain, he drank the wine.
Drank himself to death?
Not at all. When found the next day, he had concluded he'd witnessed twin miracles. The water had been changed into wine, and he had survived. He retired to a monastery in the Dragon Mountains and began preaching the wisdoms of Lebioda.
Me oh my! A witch fella!
Wine is better than stew. For stew you have to chew.
Monsieur Bolius' wife Nina kept a garden here. A supremely lovely place it was.
Bit neglected now.
I agree. Yet nothing stands in the way of restoring it to its former glory, and once again planting it with herbs and other vegetation. Madame Nina planted diminutive, delicate flowers and herbs here. One might say their aroma still hangs in the air.
You're quite the romantic, Barnabas Basil.
The book of lust is hard and girthy. No one can grip.
This served as an additional wine cellar in years of plentiful harvest.
Bit of work and it. Make a fine stable for Roach.
Follow me, please. The cellars, voila. During Monsieur Bolis's time, wine was kept here, but Baron Rossel used it to store olive oil as well. I took the liberty of cleaning up the mess, which
I made while fighting the Bruxa. Thanks, Barnabas Basil. Appreciate it.
Here is the hero we can afford. Witcher, open the unbeliever's eyes.
You smell that? Those are the vapors of the sun. You smell that? Those are the vapors of the sun.
as you can see, the facade is, how to put it, slightly stained.
something
but one cannot
fierce.
deny it. A certain subtle
man?
southern charm.
True, though it could use a bit of subtle paint.
And welcome inside. On the left is the master bedroom.
Not a bad idea.
At the moment, the house is only With that, sir, you've seen the... If... Forgive me for being forward, but if you were to...
Think I'll take you up on that. Be sure to come and... mention the place.
Oh, most decidedly, sir.
Got these space...
Oh, yes. The way I see things, given your trade, sir, you would be what?
My armor...
Admiral...
Good.
Immediately, sir. Will you be needing...
And my...
Of course.
Then send out...
Of course. Will you be needing...
Been thinking...
If I might... Not only... I understand.
That's all for now.
A witcher. We could use... around here. Full time.
Every single lady keeps a devil somewhere shady.
You've spread some nastiness to me.
You smell that? Those are the vapors of
Ah!
A fruitful hunt to you, witcher.
Ah! What have you... What have you got there? So long.
In the heft of man and the mighty cry, I pound steel and watch sparks fly.
Oh, that's bad luck.
Watch it.
There's no...
Women and chaps, the more you beat them, the better they are.
A pleasure to welcome you.
Whoa.
Oh,
Great. Starting to...
as you wish, sir.
Been thinking...
If I might, not only...
It's in your hands then. Make the place shine.
I shall get to work immediately. Highly skilled at what they do, it shall not take them too long. Is there anything...
No, what?
I shall be glad...
Thanks.
Rossi, you're all right. You wear my ring when you hold me tight. Rossi, that's my thing.
Could I ever use a nap?
Rossi, you're all right. You wear my ring when you hold me tight. Rossi, that's my thing.
Renovations coming along all right?
Wonderfully. The furnishing...
Thanks.
Rossi, you're all right. You wear... When you hold me tight. Rossi, that's my thing.
Renovations coming along all right, Barnabas Basil?
Superbly, sir. General refurbishment has been completed. And I took the liberty of... In other news, the laborers dusting out the cellar have made a most unusual
If you...
And what do you get for all that work? A cook in your back.
Strange. Something behind this wall, I think.
been an alchemist at one time.
What do you get for all that work?
A nice
Cook
errand.
you back once
They're
you're
so
on
heroic.
it.
We had to summon a witch.
BB.
A laboratory? Alchemy? I know nothing of it.
It is. It was walled up. Equipment's pretty ancient too, so it must have belonged to someone who lived at Corvo Bianco before you started working. Whoever it was sure knew their stuff, though. Got dragon glass vials and flasks, stills, sublimators.
Forgive me, sir, but I fear I don't follow.
Just saying, it's top-notch equipment. True masterpieces of craftsmanship for use in alchemy. Brewing a concoction with this stuff.
Then I am all the more delighted you...
Starting.
As you wish, sir. Shall we...
Starting to...
What a splendid...
So...
Well, you're in...
Good idea, Barnaby.
The idea... Will you be need...
You know...
Oh, Ace.
My roach does...
I shall get to work. Will you be needing...
Feels like...
Indeed.
Was one...
Oh, but that is
Yeah.
I can tell. Is there anything...
Along the...
I agree.
Yes.
It goes... By this time... Is there anything...
Could use an...
I know of it...
Fine.
Of course, at once. Is there anything...
Thinking about...
Excellent.
Great.
True indeed. Is there anything...
That's all.
renovations coming along all right?
I am delighted to inform you we have completed our... You must forgive me my temerity, sir, but I thought with all the work on Corfo Bianco completed, and with the estate looking more beautiful than ever, it might be...
Sure.
During the tidying that preceded the renovations, I came across a bottle of separate... And then he ran straight into the crowd, burning bouquet in hand. All thought it a part of the performance. It was not until the flames engulfed...
Sounds like Monsieur Bolius and...
It was so.
So tell me, Barnabas Basil, what's the wine situation like?
This year is out, I fear, sir. Last autumn, a fungus destroyed all the vines. Baron Rossel had new ones planted, but it will be...
That'd be bad. This Sacramento got me dreaming.
Isn't it, though? Allow me to top...
Thanks.
A witcher. We could use one around here, full time.
How might I be of... Funny you should... Not at all.
Maybe.
As you wish.
Thanks.
I thank you. So tasty. Oh, so good.